It's late at night, the room is dark. Your eyes are fixed on the glowing screen, your thumb swiping upward in a rhythmic, hypnotic motion. Internally, you know you need to sleep. You tell yourself, just one more video, or I'll stop at the end of the page. But your thumb moves again. In the moment, it feels like a lapse in self-control. Thousands of engineers and billions of parameters have meticulously calibrated this experience to ensure you keep scrolling. Why is the architecture of the feed designed to hold you there, even when you genuinely want to put the device down? In the underlying code of the platform, your inability to leave represents the exact mathematical definition of success. This formula is the loss function, the core mathematical objective driving recommendation engines. It maximizes engagement multiplied by time multiplied by ad value. The system ingests every tap, updating billions of parameters to push these metrics upward, millions of times per second. The foundational craft in this architecture is the assumption that engagement equals human value. The model cannot tell the difference between a user genuinely learning a new skill and a user anxiously doom-scrolling through stressful news. The algorithm only sees the click. Platform designers often argue that people simply engage with what they prefer, but this assumes you are making a conscious choice. That logic breaks down completely when the model learns to exploit human cognitive vulnerabilities, like novelty seeking, that bypass your reflective, rational preferences. The system isn't delivering what you value. It's optimizing for behavioral triggers that keep your eyes on the screen, entirely disconnected from whether your life actually improved. To ensure you keep scrolling, the feed relies on the most potent behavioral conditioning mechanism known to psychology, the variable ratio reinforcement schedule. This diagram compares a slot machine lever to a smartphone feed. You pull down to refresh. Sometimes you get a highly rewarding post, causing a dopamine spike. This unpredictability amplifies the drive to keep checking. The physical gesture is architecturally identical. The rewards themselves weaponize our evolutionary need for tribal status. Likes, followers, and comments quantify social approval in real time. Over time, your self-worth briefly calibrates to these external metrics, subtly shifting you from a person using a platform to an agent optimizing your behavior for the platform's approval. This scale illustrates loss aversion. Human psychology dictates that a loss hurts about twice as much as an equivalent gain feels good. The platform's architecture uses this asymmetry. A red badge reading 3 unread notifications frames your absence from the app as a loss. It's a designed anxiety spike to pull you back in. These psychological exploits serve a merry, simple, corrosive business model. Revenue is a function of your attention multiplied by ad yield. More time on the platform means more revenue. Product teams are measured on metrics like daily active users, session length, and 30-day retention. If a proposed feature increases session time, it ships. If a safety feature reduces session time, it is structurally subordinated to the core engagement loop. The coupling of machine learning and psychological reinforcement achieves its primary goal whenever you find yourself unable to look away. This graph illustrates the tolerance spiral. Short-form platforms train your attentional systems to expect a high stimulation hit every 15 to 60 seconds, followed by a rapid context switch. Repeated millions of times, this reshapes your attentional baseline. A gap opens up between the platform's density of stimulation and the real world. Normal physical activities start to feel understimulating by comparison. So you return to the platform to restore that dopamine level, building a tolerance that requires increasingly intense, faster-paced content. The algorithm selects for high-arousal, emotionally activating formats that reshape your cognition and the culture at large. And if you decide you've had enough, the architecture has a final defense: structural lock-in. The more of your social graph exists on a platform, the higher the exit cost. Leaving means severing access to shared history and relationships. The platform captures the value of your social coordination while completely externalizing the psychological costs, the attentional erosion, and the anxiety onto you. If you struggle to regulate your time on these apps, you need to understand that this is an engineered outcome. It is not a moral failing or a lack of personal discipline. The entire invisible architecture of the attention economy relies on you remaining in an automatic, cued state. The habit loop works best when you are scrolling without thinking. The primary friction against the algorithm is simply awareness. Recognizing that a red notification badge is trying to trigger loss aversion, or that a feed refresh is a slot machine mechanic, strips the system of its invisibility. You can build physical stopping points. Turn off the badges. Move apps off your home screen. Give your brain the chance to step out of the tolerance spiral and readjust to the quieter, slower pacing of the physical world. These systems are perfectly optimized to command our attention, but by understanding the machinery beneath the glass, we create the necessary space to make a genuine choice about where we look next.